How's it going, nitrosites? It's me, the Nitro General here, and today I actually should have probably made this video Wednesday, but I did not, and I'm sorry for that, but it is coming out now. There will be two videos up today, this one, and then a movie review coming up after this. So, if you guys haven't seen, we finally got some new information about Pokemon Sword and Shield. As of Wednesday, a new Pokemon Direct dropped Wednesday. So if you guys do not want any spoilers of the video of Pokemon Sword and Shield, which I actually was going to try to go into this one blind, but I couldn't help it because I was really excited. So, but I respect that if you want to do that, so you probably want to click off this video now. Along with if you haven't seen the Pokemon Direct or the original trailer, which I'm assuming you guys have, you probably should click off and go watch those first. If you don't want to, that's totally fine too. There might be some stuff that I don't go over in this video that were in that, whole things. And this is, again, just going to be all my own opinion at the end of the day. I'd love to know what you guys think about the games. So, let me know down in the comments, because I would love to see what you guys see. So this is all my own opinion. If you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. And, but yeah. So, this trailer, we got a ton of stuff. Including a lot of new Pokemon. Now, I'm not going to go over all of these different Pokemon, but I do want to hit a couple of the key points of them. Now you have the Black Crow looking Pokemon, Corviknight, I think his name was. He is dope. Like, actually really dope looking. I love bird Pokemon. I don't know if he's going to be the official bird Pokemon of the region, or if they're going to have other ones, because God knows that we've had tons of different, Pokemon, or bird Pokemon in every region, so I am not sure if it's going to be the other one or not. Alright guys, I'm back. I am so sorry for that interruption. I had to get up the names of the Pokemon in front of me because I didn't really want to screw it up. So yeah. So you have the Corviknight, the crow bird Pokemon, and that looks pretty dope if you ask me. I really like that. I also really like that turtle looking one, that Dreadnought. He looks pretty badass too. He looks like he'd probably evolve, and I might actually consider putting him on my team, but I'm actually going for Sobble. He's probably a starter Pokemon I'm going to use personally, so I probably won't use a couple water types. We got that Wooloo Pokemon, which is the sheep. He looks like he probably doesn't evolve, but you never know. I don't even know really what to think of that. If he kind of looks like he's one of those Pokemon that they put in there as like farm Pokemon or something like that, and they actually aren't that good. Like, I don't even know what other, like Buffalon and Tauros and stuff. But I know a lot of people like those Pokemon, so it could actually be good. So, and then you have the Gossifleur and Eldegoss. Those Pokemon, evolve. Well, Gossifleur evolves into Eldegoss. And I don't really care for the design of either of these Pokemon. I'm not a big plant design Pokemon kind of fan. I do not really care for Pokemon based off of plants and stuff like that. I just, I just don't really like that. I don't know. And these ones kind of seem like a, whatever that Cottony and Bounsweed and stuff like that. They kind of look like those type of Pokemon, and I'm not a big fan of those. So I don't know what to think. They're grass types, so yeah. And then you get the two legendary Pokemon, which, if you ask me, look pretty dope. They're based off of wolves, and we don't really have a lot of like dog-looking Pokemon. I mean, there's a bunch, don't get me wrong, but we don't have like any legendary dogs. I mean, obviously, Entei, Raikou, and Suicune are all legendary dogs, but besides them, I don't think there is any. But they're really cool. The one has the sword in his mouth, and that looks pretty dope if you ask me. And then the other one's mane kind of looks like a shield, which is a pretty cool design too. So yeah, those are the Pokemon besides of the starters that we have gotten a look for in this video. I'm going to shut this laptop so it doesn't glare in my glasses. Yeah, so I really like those. And so that was, when I saw those, I was like, oh, that's, kind of dope. Because I was actually looking on the Pokemon. I actually forgot that the Nintendo Direct was on Wednesday. And I was on the Pokemon's Instagram page. And I clicked on a link in their thing, and it took me right to their Pokemon Sword and Shield page. And those Pokemon were right there. And I was like, wait a minute. When did they get released? And then I realized it was released Wednesday, like that day. And I was like, I got to watch the Direct. So we got a ton of different information in this video. Some that are awesome and some that I don't really care for that much. I'm not going to super judge anything yet because this is only the second trailer for it. It could be really cool, and I don't want to be super critical of anything because I love Pokemon. But this game is starting to shape up to be more work than any Pokemon game ever. And what I enjoyed about Pokemon was that, it was so simplistic but so awesome at the same time. And I don't like that, you'll have to, it'll be more complicated. And what I mean by that, there's a couple things I mean by that. But, like, in the trailer, they showed off that there is this one place that you could go and catch Pokemon. Now, there will be wild encounters and everything like that, but, like, there's this one thing, I think they called it something plains, and the Pokemon that you encounter there vary on the time of day and the weather that's happening right now. So different Pokemon will appear at night, or dusk, or day, or dawn, or morning, or whatever. So, different Pokemon will appear at those times, and if it's raining or snowing, or I don't know what other, weather they would have. I don't know if a hurricane will come through there and freaking a tornado Pokemon will come out and you'd be like, oh, shit, I'm going to catch you. But, I don't know what's going to happen. But what I don't like about that is that having it being so difficult to catch certain Pokemon. If you can't catch these Pokemon, I mean, sometimes it's a little different because sometimes you get Pokemon only appear at night or only appear in the morning. That's, fine or whatever. But the fact that if there's certain Pokemon you can only catch in this plains place at the morning when it's raining, so you literally have to just keep coming back and coming back and coming back and hoping every time you come back in the morning that it's raining to catch that Pokemon, and if it'll even appear when you're in that time frame. I don't really like that at all. I feel like, maybe those Pokemon will appear there and you can catch them at that point, but you can also catch them in the wild, not having it to be raining and stuff like that. It'll make it more difficult to catch Pokemon and stuff, and yeah. But that isn't really my biggest fear of the whole game. If that happens, it's not the end of the world. But what my biggest fear about this game is that there are these new things called raid battles, which basically you and a few of your other friends, or I don't know if you'll be able to go on Wi-Fi and do it with just other random people, you all go against and fight a boss like Pokemon. And so you fight a boss Pokemon, and there's this new thing called Dynamaxing, which I'll talk about in a minute, where the Pokemon's Dynamaxed huge, and you have to fight them. And then once you fight them, somebody can catch them. Now, two things. One, I don't know if there are only certain Pokemon that you can catch with raid battles, because that means that it'll be totally random, or it'll be, I think they said that it's depending on where you are in the plains, depending on which Pokemon you find. But if it's totally random there's so many Pokemon that you might only be able to catch during raid battles, and that would suck. But I know that might not be the case, because at one point in the battle, when they first show off the raid battles, they show a Dynamax Gyarados as the raid Pokemon. Yet another point in the video, you see surfing, and somebody surfing by a Gyarados. So it might not mean, or maybe they're only all fully evolved Pokemon, which I actually don't know. I actually don't know, because they show Steenie at one point too, and that's not fully evolved. So maybe you can catch a Magikarp in the wild and not the Gyarados, or maybe you can catch a Bounsweet in the wild and not a Steenie. So as long as you can catch these Pokemon in the wild, or transfer them because I don't know if they're going to do the whole Pokebank, bring that over, which I really hope they do. But, yeah, so that's again going to make it so hard to complete the Pokedex if you can only catch Pokemon in raid battles. I mean, what if you get people who suck? Like, what if you don't have any friends that play Pokemon like me? You know, I have my Switch here, but what if you don't have somebody you know who plays Pokemon on their Switch and has the game and wants to play at the same time as you? Like, that's another really hard. Or if you go on Wi-Fi with other people, what if they have terrible techniques and they're just terrible, like they don't have, you know, enough Pokemon? Because I'm sure, you know, this game will be a lot of kids' starting points for Pokemon. I've been playing Pokemon I'm 20 years old. I've been playing Pokemon since I was 4 or 5 years old. I started with Leaf Green, I think, on my Game Boy, and I've been playing ever since. And I'm not ashamed to say this. I'm pretty good at Pokemon. I do competitive battling. I breed. You know, I've been playing for so long. I have a full shiny living dex in my, that I got in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and then completed it again in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon. So I have it all again. Well, I just transferred it over and then got all the new Pokemon, I mean. So I have all those Pokemon that I'm hoping I can bring over. And so I've done so much in these games. I'm not going to get onto a raid battle, which I have to catch this Pokemon to complete the Pokedex, yet I get a bunch of, 10-year-olds who don't know what they're doing with Pokemon, using a fire-type move on a water Pokemon. You know, like, that's what I mean. Like, what if you get people who suck at the game? And yeah, so that, that's the one point. Now, the other point with that is that, I'm guessing only one person can catch the Pokemon. So I don't know how that's determined which person, gets to catch a Pokemon. Is it the one who initiated the battle? Is it just a random person who gets to throw a Pokeball? Or what? But how much would that suck that you're, like, looking for that Pokemon, if you have to get that one to complete your Pokedex, finally found it, and then a random kid comes along and throws a Pokeball at it and catches it before you do. Like, that would suck, Or maybe you catch it and everyone on the team gets one. Which I don't see that as being a probable case, but you never know. So I don't know. That's, my biggest fear is having to do raid battles and at that Plains place just to complete the Pokedex. So that, again, is probably not, but it's really making me nervous that it's just going to be so much more difficult to find certain Pokemon in the wild and catching them and whatever. So, to be honest, if that's not if you don't have to do raid battles to catch a Pokemon, I'm probably not going to be doing very many raid battles. I don't like playing with other people on the same team. I like battling other people, but I do not like just finding random people to, on Wi-Fi to play games with and stuff. I don't care to do that because people annoy me because sometimes they just do stupid shit. And yeah, so I might do some raid battles with, like, my cousins and stuff like that, because my cousins have Switches and stuff, and they're young, and I am more than happy to teach them how to play Pokemon. I've taught one of my cousins, my little cousin, he's like 10 years old, and I've taught him a lot about Pokemon, and since he got, Let's Go. So, he got both Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee just like I did, but later than I did, so I beat the game before he did. So I've taught him so much about the game, and I'm happy to teach him more about the game in Sword and Shield, if and when he gets it and stuff. But I'm not going to battle with some random people just for fun, because to me that's not fun. I get aggravated at people and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm probably gonna stray away from that, but I'd love to know what you guys think of that down below. Now, you guys have heard me talk about this, a couple times throughout the video, Dynamaxing. Now, the one question I have about Dynamaxing, well, I'll explain it first. So basically what it is it's kind of like Mega Evolution, and the fact that you can Dynamax one Pokemon per battle. Now, I do not know if only certain Pokemon can Dynamax or if all Pokemon can Dynamax. And basically what it means is that they grow huge in a battle, like huge. Like, I mean, you can see it in the trailer multiple times where these Pokemon are like 10 times the size of their trainers. And I don't know how I feel about that, but it's kind of cool. It only works for three turns. Your Pokemon, obviously, stats rise and get better and stuff like that, and they get more powerful moves and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So it's kind of like Mega Evolution, and the fact that you also need a band to get to, like I think they call it a Dynamax band, and that allows your Pokemon to Dynamax. Now, what the question I have is if that's going to replace Z moves and Dynamaxing or Mega Evolution, because again, you get the band. I don't know if the band will double as a Mega Evolution bracelet, kind of like the Z Ring from Sun and Moon, how that kind of doubled as a Mega Evolution bracelet too. And if you can get Z, I don't even know if you can get Z crystals in this game, but if you'll be able to, Dynamax, Mega Evolve, and use a Z crystal, or if you can just Dynamax or Mega Evolve and still use a Z move or whatever. So I'm guessing it's just one of the three that you can do a battle. But again, in Sun and Moon, you could Mega Evolve a Pokemon and still have another Pokemon use a Z move. So I don't know. Maybe you can have a Pokemon that Mega Evolves, a Pokemon that can Dynamax, and a Pokemon that can use a Z move. And I don't know if certain Pokemon you have to have an item, so maybe you can have a Dynamax Pokemon Mega Evolve, or a Dynamax Pokemon use a Z move, or whatever. So I don't really know too much. I know a lot of people were talking about Mega Evolutions being just so broken in games. Some Mega Evolutions, like Mega Blaziken and Mega Lucario and stuff like that. Some of them are just so broken that Dynamaxing is kind of like a nerfed Mega Evolution. Only lasts for 3 turns, stuff like that. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. Again, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm also not saying it's good, because I don't really know what I feel like yet about that. Now, the other thing is that we've seen a lot of different ways to catch Pokemon. You can walk through the grass. A lot of times, some Pokemon will pop up out of the grass, like jump out at you. So they will be shown in the overworld and wild battles. So, that's kind of cool. We've seen surfing. You have like this bike thing that now surfs, they use to surf on the water. And we've seen wild Pokemon in the water, like a Melodic and a Gyarados. So I'm guessing you can run into those Pokemon. So maybe you'll have wild battles and Pokemon sprites in the overworld. So that also brings up another option for shiny hunting too. Whether only different methods, like maybe Pokemon that pop up out of the water can be shiny, or only Pokemon that are, wild encounters will be shiny. So I'm not at all, I have no idea. I can't even begin to guess what the shiny hunting methods will be in this game. But I am looking forward to it because I love shiny hunting for Pokemon. I hope the shiny odds are raised again, which I never thought I'd be saying that, but since Pokemon Let's Go came out, they were just too common, and I don't like how my cousin, who never actually shiny hunted, has 3 different shiny Pokemon, and the fact that you can get all those. I mean, if he had 1, then I would just chop it up to dumb luck, but just the fact that he has 3 of them and he hasn't even really shiny hunted, that I just don't like that. You guys can go watch my problem with the new Pokemon games video I did a while back, talking about the shiny hunting odds that I didn't like. And that's currently why I'm not shiny hunting in the game anymore, because it's just so common, they're not as fun. So that's why I'm hoping that in this game the shiny odds will be raised. So, you actually have to work for a shiny Pokemon, like in the Dex Nav, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That was by far my favorite method of shiny hunting ever. It was 1 in 512. I mean, I used to shiny hunt for a week or 2, and every week or week and a half, you'd get 1 shiny Pokemon. And see, that's pretty nice. You're not getting them every day. I mean, I was getting 2 to 3 shiny Pokemon a day on Let's Go. But yeah, so the whole shiny hunting is what I'm thinking of too. So yeah, so there's just a ton of different stuff. We saw new characters. We saw the new professor-ish thing and her assistant there, and the new gym leaders and the new gyms and stuff. That looks cool. So basically, I think I've went over everything that I'm wondering about, everything that I can remember from the video. So yeah, I cannot wait for the new reveal. I think there's going to be another one soon. I think another Pokemon Direct. So I'll do a video on every new video that comes out, just talking about what I had to think. I just wanted to get these thoughts out. But yeah, guys, I cannot wait. Again, let me know what you guys think down below. I'd love to know what you guys think. But yeah, so right now I'm a little nervous about the games, but I'm not going to say they're going to be bad because they look dope right now. I'm very excited about them. So yeah, if you like the video, make sure to leave a like down below. I would highly appreciate it. I know there hasn't been a Balloon Tower Defense 5 video or 6 video out in a while. I just really haven't had the time. I don't know when the next one's going to come out is. Hopefully soon, but I actually have to go get ready for work, so I can't stay very much longer. So yeah, guys, I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. If you like commentary, make sure to subscribe. I do videos all the time. And yeah, guys, that is really about it. Make sure you hit that bell if you don't want to miss a video. But other than that, Nitro General out. Peace.